What if I told you there's a coin hiding in your collection right now, one that could make you a fortune? A 1967 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, worth potentially up to $3 million. You heard that right, $3 million. It's not a fairy tale, it's real, and in the next 10 minutes, we're going to break down how this penny could change your life forever. So, why is this 1967 penny so special? The truth might shock you. You see, this coin doesn't have the usual mint mark, and that little detail is what sets it apart from thousands of other pennies made that year. Normally, you'd find the mint mark on the reverse of the coin, but in 1967, something happened. A small error in the minting process resulted in certain pennies being released without that tiny D or S, and those pennies, well, they're worth a whole lot more than face value. Now, let me ask you, have you ever wondered if one of your coins might be worth a fortune? That old penny sitting in your drawer, could it be the key to your financial freedom? I know what you're thinking. But how can something so small be worth so much? Well, it's not just any small coin, it's a rare error, a mistake that makes it incredibly valuable. And today, we're going to help you figure out if you have one of these rare pennies. Now that we know what makes this coin special, let's talk about its value. Because the 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is incredibly rare, it's fetching prices that could change your life. Some of these pennies have been sold for thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And here's the kicker, some have gone for millions. You walk into an auction house, and your penny is up for bid. The crowd is buzzing, the tension is building, and then, boom! Your penny sells for $1 million. Does that sound too good to be true? It's not. There are real-life examples of these pennies being sold for these astronomical amounts. But the question is, do you have one? Let's break down the process of identifying this valuable coin, so you don't miss out. First things first, grab your magnifying glass, because this is all about the details. When you look at your 1967 penny, pay close attention to the reverse side. If there's no mint mark, you could be holding something very rare. But don't stop there, check the condition of the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. A penny in mint state could bring in top dollar, while one in poor condition may not be worth much. But here's the catch, most people don't know what they have. And they miss out on huge opportunities. Don't let that be you. If you think you've got one of these rare pennies, you need to get it appraised by a professional. But how do you even start that process? Well, stay with me, because I'm about to show you exactly what steps you need to take. Now, here's where things get serious. Time is of the essence. The longer you wait to act, the greater the risk you'll miss out on selling at peak value. The market for rare coins fluctuates, and if you don't sell your 1967 no mint mark penny at the right time, you could see its value drop. But don't panic, there's still time, and there are options to get your coin into the right hands. If you're serious about cashing in on your coin, here's what you need to do. First, get a professional grade for your penny. A certified coin grader will assess the quality and authenticity of your penny. Then, reach out to reputable coin dealers or auction houses. Do your homework, don't just settle for the first offer. You're sitting on a potential goldmine, so make sure you're getting the best deal possible. But wait, here's the part you didn't expect. There's more than one way to sell your coin. And I'm going to show you the insider tips that the top coin collectors use to maximize their profit, but that's coming up in just a minute. Before we dive into those expert selling tips, I want to ask you something. If you found out your penny was worth $1 million, what would you do with that money? Would you finally pay off your mortgage, buy the car you've always dreamed of, or perhaps, live the lifestyle you've always wanted? Imagine that for a second. The clock is ticking. If you've got one of these rare 1967 pennies, it's time to act before you miss your chance. Stay with me because in the next part of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to sell your penny for top dollar, how to avoid the common mistakes that could cost you thousands, and how to step into a world of wealth that you never thought possible. You won't want to miss this. Do you have a 1982 Lincoln penny lying around in your coin jar or tucked away in your drawer? If you do, then you're about to discover something that could change your life forever. This little penny, so ordinary in appearance, could be worth millions, yes, millions of dollars. Stick around because what I'm about to tell you might just leave you questioning everything you know about rare coins. Are you ready to turn that dusty old penny into a life-changing windfall? Let's dive in. 1982, a year of change in the world of U.S. currency. The year Lincoln pennies went through a major transformation, but the real surprise came from one very special coin, the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Now, you're probably thinking, I've seen thousands of those. What makes them so special? Well, here's the catch. Among the 1982 pennies, there was a rare group that was mistakenly struck without a mint mark. And this error, this small, subtle flaw, has turned these pennies into some of the most sought-after, valuable coins in the world. Normally, every U.S. coin has a mint mark, Denver, Philadelphia, or San Francisco. But the 1982 no-mint mark penny, it's almost like it disappeared from history. And that disappearance? It's exactly why this coin has become a holy grail for collectors. Now, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you went through your change? You know, that jar of coins sitting on your kitchen counter, or maybe that small box in your attic full of old coins. I'll bet you've come across plenty of pennies. Some of them may even be from 1982. But what if, just what if, one of them is the missing gem? You pick up a coin, glance at the date, and then you notice it, no mint mark. Your heart starts racing as you realize what you've just found. This could be worth up to $2.80 million. Yes, you heard me right, $2.8 million. The exact amount a 1982 no-mint mark penny sold for at auction not too long ago. Now, before you run off to check every single penny you own, let me tell you something important. Not every 1982 no-mint mark penny is worth millions. In fact, only a small fraction of these coins have this rare error. But don't worry, I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to look for to make sure your penny isn't just another ordinary coin. Here's what you need to know. The 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was struck in Philadelphia, but due to an error, it was mistakenly sent out into circulation without the expected P mint mark. This little mistake made it one of the most valuable coins in the world today. But there's more to it than just the lack of a mint mark. Look closely, these pennies must be in exceptional condition to fetch top dollar. We're talking about coins that are virtually flawless. So if you find one that's a bit worn, don't despair. It could still be valuable, but it's the pristine, near-mint ones that attract the big bucks. So how do you know if your 1982 no-mint mark penny is worth anything? Here's a tip: you want to check for the luster, the details in Lincoln's profile, and the quality of the finish. The more detailed, the more valuable it becomes. But here's the kicker: knowing it's worth something is only half the battle. The real question is, how do you cash in on this goldmine? The first step is to get it appraised by a professional. This can be done through a reputable coin dealer or at a local coin shop. Don't just take your word for it, get an expert's opinion to know exactly what you have. Once you've got the confirmation that your 1982 no-mint mark penny is valuable, it's time to sell. And this is where things get exciting. You can either auction it off or try selling it to a private collector. But here's a word of advice: do your research. Get multiple offers, and don't settle for the first price you're given. The coin market is always shifting. Rare pennies like the 1982 no-mint mark may not stay at their current value forever. If you've got one, now's the time to act. There's a huge demand right now, and prices are rising. Don't wait until the market changes, because if you miss the window, you could lose out on a fortune. Imagine living a life where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the fruits of your rare coin discovery. It's not just about the money, it's about the freedom. The freedom to live the life you've always dreamed of. And it all starts with a single, simple penny. So, how do you know if you've got the golden ticket? In the next video, I'll show you exactly how to authenticate your 1982 no mint mark penny and what steps to take if you found a coin worth a small fortune. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss it. Remember, the world of rare coins is full of hidden treasures, and that treasure might just be sitting right in your own pocket. Let's make that dream a reality. Are you sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it? What if I told you that a simple penny from 1991, yes, that's right, a single penny, could be worth as much as $2.60 million? Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, you'll discover how to identify this rare coin, its shocking market value, and how you could cash in on it. But wait, how do you even know if your penny is worth this kind of money? And what makes this penny so special? These are the questions that could change your life, so don't go anywhere. Teaser. Trust me, you'll be on the edge of your seat when you see exactly why this rare 1991 Lincoln penny has a value that's enough to retire early. Stay tuned. Now, let's dive into the mystery. What makes the 1991 Lincoln penny stand out from the millions of others minted that same year? Here's the catch: not all 1991 pennies are the same. Some of them have no mint mark, and that is a huge deal. To set the stage, every year, the U.S. Mint produces coins in multiple locations. Most pennies have a mint mark, but some don't. For the 1991 Lincoln penny, if you're lucky enough to have one with no mint mark, bingo! You've got something special on your hands. It's almost like finding a needle in a haystack, but for the ones who do find it, the reward is extraordinary. Now, let's be clear, the market value of these no mint mark pennies fluctuates, and you could be holding a coin that's worth a few $100s or a few thousand. But, if your penny has the right characteristics, the value can jump to an astronomical $2.60 million. That's right, an amount most people only dream about. Okay, so how do you know if your penny is one of these rare finds? That's where it gets even more exciting. First, let's talk about rarity. The 1991 no mint mark penny isn't a common occurrence. In fact, the number of these coins in circulation is incredibly low. If you have one, it could be because it was part of a very limited production error. Mint marks are essential for identifying where a coin was made, but a lack of one? That's a red flag for collectors, and we all know what happens when collectors get desperate for a rare item. They're willing to pay top dollar. You might be asking, but how do I even check my coin? Here's where the experts come in. You'll need to check the positioning, size, and overall appearance of the coin. And yes, there's a lot to look for, but if you find all the right traits, congratulations. You've got a ticket to a life-changing payday. Here's a fun question for you. When was the last time you looked at your penny jar? Was it collecting dust in the back of a drawer? Or did you toss it in the tip jar thinking it was worth nothing? Well, it might be worth everything now. Just imagine, that little jar could be your golden ticket. Now that you know what to look for, let's talk about what comes next. You've identified your rare 1991 no mint mark penny, and you're ready to sell. How do you make sure you get the maximum value for it? It's not as simple as just walking into a local shop and asking for a few bucks. This is where the real work begins. To get top dollar, you need to prove that your coin is authentic and in excellent condition. This means getting it certified by professionals, and yes, there are people out there who will pay for that certification. Now, there's a chance your coin might be worth hundreds of dollars, but what if I told you that if it's in pristine condition, it could fetch millions? The world of rare coin collectors is full of investors, high rollers, and serious buyers who are eager to get their hands on this penny. And in some cases, the bidding can go into the millions. Imagine how your life would change if you were the one selling it, but here's the catch: time is of the essence. The longer you wait, the greater the chance that you might miss out on a great offer. These coins don't stay on the market long, and once they're gone for good. So, if you've got one of these rare pennies, you need to act fast. But here's where the true power of this opportunity lies. Imagine that $2.60 million check in your hands. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. A new home. Travel the world. Start the business you've always dreamed of. The possibilities are endless, and it all starts with a penny, so, if you're serious about turning your pennies into a small fortune, it's time to act. Start checking your change, dive into your collections, and get ready to sell what could be your ticket to financial freedom. 1994 Lincoln penny without a mint mark sitting in your collection or loose change jar. What if I told you it could be worth up to $2.5 million? Yes, you heard that right. One tiny coin could change your life forever. But only if you know what to look for, and act before it's too late. Let's start with a quick story. Imagine this: someone walking into a pawn shop, thinking they're holding just a 1-cent piece, only to leave with life-changing news. A 1994 Lincoln penny, with a rare error, is now valued at millions of dollars. But why? And how can you make sure you're not overlooking a potential fortune? To truly understand the value of this coin, we need to dig deeper into 3 essential factors: rarity, condition, and the market's hunger for historical treasures. First, let's talk rarity. Most 1994 Lincoln pennies have either a D or S mint mark, indicating they were minted in Denver or San Francisco. But some coins lack a mint mark altogether. This could mean the coin was minted in Philadelphia, or, in very rare cases, it's an error that collectors will pay a premium for. Not just a premium, a jaw-dropping fortune. Imagine owning a coin so rare, only a handful exist. Are you starting to feel the excitement yet? Now, here's where it gets thrilling. Condition plays a massive role. Coins graded by professionals, yes, there are experts whose job is to authenticate and rate coins, can see their value skyrocket. A near-perfect 1994 no-mint mark penny is what every collector dreams about. Even the tiniest scratch or smudge can mean the difference between a nice payday and a life-changing windfall. By now, you're probably wondering, how do I know if my coin is one of these treasures? Don't worry, we'll get there. But let's quickly explore why the market is so hot right now. The truth is, coin collecting isn't just a hobby anymore. It's an investment strategy. With inflation on the rise, collectors are looking for tangible assets that hold, or even gain, value over time. And rare pennies, especially those tied to fascinating stories or minting errors, are at the top of their lists. Pause for a second. Are you feeling a mix of excitement and urgency? You should be. Because the window of opportunity doesn't stay open forever. Rare coins are snapped up quickly, and as time passes, they become even harder to find. So, what should you do next? First, check your coins. Look for a 1994 penny with no visible mint mark. If you find one, don't panic and don't rush to sell it just yet. Authenticating your coin is crucial. You'll want to get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations will give your coin a grade and confirm its authenticity, which can exponentially increase its value. Here's a tip: even if your coin isn't in perfect condition, don't write it off. Collectors will still pay handsomely for unique finds, especially if the no-mint mark feature is verified. And if you don't have a 1994 penny, don't lose hope. This process of checking your coins could lead you to other hidden treasures in your collection. Who knows? You might stumble across another rare gem waiting to be discovered. But let me ask you this: what would you do if your penny turned out to be worth $2.5 million? Would you invest it, travel the world, or finally retire in style? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you'd spend your newfound fortune. Before we wrap up, I've got a cliffhanger for you. Did you know there's another Lincoln penny out there that's arguably even rarer than the 1994 no-mint mark? In my next video, we'll reveal which one it is and why it's creating waves in the collecting community. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. So, go ahead. Check your coins, get them graded, and don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity pass you by. Subscribe to the channel for more tips on uncovering hidden treasures, and let's make your dream of living a wealthy lifestyle a reality. Imagine stumbling across an old penny in your drawer, one you've probably ignored for years. Now, imagine that same penny being worth up to $2.3 million. What if I told you this isn't just a dream, it's reality for some lucky coin owners? Today, we're uncovering the hidden treasure that could be sitting in your pocket change, the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. First, let's address the elephant in the room. What makes this penny so special? At first glance, it might look like any ordinary penny, but the devil is in the details. This particular coin has an anomaly that's made it one of the most sought-after coins in history. Collectors are willing to shell out jaw-dropping amounts for it, and we're not talking hundreds. We're talking millions. But before you run to grab every penny in sight, here's something to think about. What if you've already handled this coin and missed your chance to change your life forever? That's the kind of mistake we're going to help you avoid today. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to verify its authenticity, and, most importantly, how to cash in if you've struck gold, or in this case, copper. Let's dive into Act 1, the hidden treasure. The 1995 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is rare for a reason. Most coins are stamped with a mint mark indicating where they were produced, such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But a select few from 1995 were minted without this crucial marking. This error was unintentional, making these coins a collector's dream. These pennies weren't pulled from circulation. That means they're out there, hiding in plain sight. They could be in a forgotten jar, tucked in an old wallet, or sitting in your kid's piggy bank right now. Think about it, that mundane penny could be your golden ticket to financial freedom. What would you do with $2.3 million? Pay off debt? Buy your dream home? Travel the world? Before we move on, let me ask, when was the last time you really looked at your spare change? I mean, really looked? If your answer is, I haven't, don't worry. You're not alone, but after today, you'll never look at your coins the same way again. The quest for the $1 million penny. Now that you know what makes this penny unique, let's talk about how to find it. The first step is simple: grab any 1995 pennies you have. Hold them under a good light and examine them carefully. The absence of a mint mark is key, but there's more to it. The condition of the coin matters greatly. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition is worth exponentially more than one that's been through years of wear and tear. But wait, don't toss your older-looking pennies just yet. Even circulated 1995 no-mint mark pennies can fetch a high price if the error is visible and the coin retains good details. If you're unsure, you can use a magnifying glass or consult a professional coin grader to verify its value. And yes, I know what you're thinking, where can I find one of those? Don't worry, we'll cover that shortly. Take breaks while searching. Staring at coins for too long can blur your vision and make you miss critical details. Plus, it's always good to step back and reset your focus. Think of it as a treasure hunt, not a chore. Here's a funny thought: if someone had told you last year that you'd be spending your free time squinting at pennies, you'd probably laugh. But now, the idea of becoming a millionaire from loose change doesn't sound so far-fetched, does it? The road to wealth. Let's assume you found what you believe is a 1995 no-mint mark penny. What's next? Validation is crucial. You'll want to have your coin authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations will not only confirm its rarity but also assign it a grade based on its condition. Once authenticated, it's time to sell. But don't rush, a coin of this caliber deserves the right buyer. High-end auction houses like Heritage Auctions or even online platforms like eBay can be excellent places to start. Remember, patience pays. Holding out for the right offer could mean the difference between tens of thousands and millions. Here's a cliffhanger for you: there's one critical mistake people make when selling rare coins like these, and it could cost them thousands. We'll reveal what that is in just a moment. While you're waiting, think about this: how much is peace of mind worth to you? Knowing you've done everything right to secure the maximum value for your penny can be priceless. So, what is this big mistake? Selling to the first buyer who offers cash without doing your research. Many people get too excited and accept lowball offers. Don't let that be you. Always compare multiple offers and consult experts. Finally, a word of urgency: these pennies aren't getting any younger. Their value is influenced by their rarity and demand, both of which can fluctuate. The sooner you act, the better your chances of cashing in at peak value. So, what are you waiting for? Your potential $2.3 million is out there, waiting to be found. Take action today. Examine your change, do your research, and claim the wealth that could change your life forever. Remember, the only difference between those who find treasure and those who don't is the willingness to look. Where the smallest treasures can hold the greatest wealth. Today, we're diving into a story of transformation, one that starts with a humble 1998 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, and could end with a jaw-dropping payout of up to $2 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, worth a fortune. Why? Stick around, and I'll reveal exactly what makes this unassuming coin so special, how to spot one, and most importantly, how you can turn it into a life-changing windfall. But first, let me ask you this: have you ever wondered if that jar of coins sitting in your closet could actually hold the key to your financial freedom? You might want to grab it now, because this video could change everything. Let's start with the basics. In 1998, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted, most bearing the iconic D or S mint marks indicating Denver or San Francisco. But some of these coins were struck in Philadelphia and, oddly, bear no mint mark at all. To most people, these look like any other penny. They're tossed into change jars, forgotten in drawers, or even left lying on the sidewalk. But here's where the story gets exciting. A few of these no mint mark 1998 pennies have an incredibly rare feature: a double die. Now, I know what you're thinking: double die. Sounds like something out of a casino. But in the coin world, it's pure gold, well, copper in this case. A double die occurs when a coin's design is accidentally impressed twice, creating a subtle but unmistakable doubling effect. On the 1998 penny, this can appear in areas like Liberty or the date. Here's a fun question for you: how often do you really look at your spare change? Because if you've got one of these pennies, you could be sitting on a retirement fund without even realizing it. Alright, so now you're intrigued. But how do you know if you've got the golden, or rather, copper ticket? Here's how to start: grab a magnifying glass or, better yet, a jeweler's loupe. Carefully inspect the coin, focusing on key areas like the word Liberty, the date, and the motto, "In God We Trust." If you notice any doubling, even if it's faint, you could have a winner. And here's the kicker: even if you find a double die penny that isn't pristine, it can still fetch thousands of dollars. But if it's in mint condition, that's where we're talking serious money, potentially up to $2 million at auction. Imagine that: a penny that could pay off your mortgage, send your kids to college, or fund that dream retirement on a sunny beach. But don't just take my word for it. Here's a little-known fact: in 2023, a 1998 no-mint mark double die penny sold for over $1.8 million. Yes, someone out there became a millionaire with a penny. Makes you want to go digging through your car's cup holder right now, doesn't it? Now, you might be wondering, what do I do if I find one? First, don't clean it, that can ruin its value. Place it in a protective sleeve and get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. The grade will determine its exact worth, but even lower-grade double-die pennies can command significant sums. Once graded, you can explore selling it through major auction houses or trusted online marketplaces. And remember, the demand for rare coins like this is only growing. With each passing year, these treasures become harder to find, driving their value even higher. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought: what if the penny in your pocket right now could rewrite your story? What if a coin you've overlooked 1,000 times holds the potential to change your life forever? Take action. Go through your old jars, your drawers, even that pile of change in your car. Don't let fear or doubt stop you. This could be your moment. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 2004 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. You might have one sitting in your pocket, your jar of loose change, or tucked away in an old drawer. And guess what? This seemingly ordinary coin has sold for up to a jaw-dropping $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth a fortune. Stick around, because I'm about to reveal why this coin is so valuable, what makes it so rare, and how you can cash in big if you're lucky enough to own one. Here's a question for you: when was the last time you really looked at a penny? Most people toss them aside, thinking they're worthless. But could ignoring your pennies be costing you millions? Let's find out. First, let's talk about what makes this 2004 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so special. At first glance, it looks just like every other penny in circulation. It features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But here's the twist: coins without a mint mark were struck in Philadelphia, and while that's not rare by itself, certain 2004 pennies have unique features that set them apart. Imagine this: during the minting process, an error occurs, a subtle anomaly that goes unnoticed by the naked eye. These errors can include misaligned dies, double strikes, or other imperfections that make the coin stand out to collectors. Over time, these small mistakes turn into massive paydays. A specific variation of the 2004 no-mint mark penny, combined with pristine condition and high grading from organizations like PCGS or NGC, is what can skyrocket its value into the stratosphere. Now, you might be thinking, how on earth do I even know if I have one of these rare coins? Great question. I'll get to that in just a moment. But first, let's pause and imagine what an extra $1 million could do for your life. A new house. Early retirement. A chance to finally travel the world. Hold on to that dream, because it's closer than you think. Oh, and by the way, here's a quick joke to lighten the mood: why did the penny break up with the nickel? It felt undervalued. But trust me, this penny is anything but undervalued. Alright, let's get practical. If you think you might have a 2004 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, here's what you need to do: examine the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass to spot any unique features or errors. Look for signs of doubling, unusual markings, or pristine condition. Check the coin's grade. This is crucial. A coin's value depends heavily on its condition, known as its grade. Higher grades mean higher payouts. Sending your coin to be professionally graded could be the difference between pocket change and life-changing money. Research recent sales. Rare coins like these often appear in auctions, and tracking their sales gives you an idea of market trends and potential value. Let me give you an example to keep the excitement alive. In a recent auction, a similar 2004 no-mint mark Lincoln penny sold for close to $1 million. Imagine the thrill of holding something so valuable in your hands. The clock is ticking, and every day, more people are uncovering hidden treasures like this. Could you be next? But here's the thing: finding one of these pennies is just the beginning. Selling it for top dollar requires strategy. You'll need to connect with reputable collectors, attend auctions, or work with trusted dealers. The coin community is thriving, and your rare find could be the next big story. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with a cliffhanger. Did you know that some rare pennies are still being discovered in circulation every single day? If a 2004 no-mint mark penny can reach $1 million, what other coins might you have lying around right now, unnoticed and unappreciated? In my next video, I'll reveal even more valuable coins you need to look out for. Don't miss it. So, what are you waiting for? That jar of change sitting in your kitchen might just hold the key to financial freedom. Check your coins, research their value, and take action today. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos about life-changing coin discoveries. Together, we'll uncover treasures and unlock the wealth hidden in plain sight. See you next time, and happy hunting.